Hello, welcome to Scrap Time episode 702. My name is Christine and on today's episode we're making some cards using washi tape. I'm always looking for ways to use my washi tape, and so I thought I would make some little Christmas cards with it. And all I've done is laid out my tape and then cut out some pieces to form trees and a house. So these are very simple shapes, but I'm going to show you how to make this card. Just using a really inexpensive card from my card and envelope set. And I'm starting with a thin tape. I have this one here. It has 2 strips of blue. And I'm going to lay it down for my hill. Now normally I work this way, but because I'm upside down, I'm going to go this way. It won't really matter. And I have a bit of my hill here. And then I'm going to work it up. And when you're moving up, I mean, it is tape, right? It's going to have a few little wrinkles in it, but whatever, it's tape, so the wrinkles don't really bother me because, you know, nothing bothers me that much. What does bother me though is I find it's a little high here for my tree. I want to have more space, but because it's washi tape, you can just peel it off. And you'll see it doesn't pick up anything there. And you can lay it back down. So I'm going to do a lower slope. I want more space for my tree. Like that. Just tear it off. I'll cut it off later. So you make your ski slope. So now I'm going to do a tree here. So I have this brown. It's probably about 3/8 of an inch. It's a little bit more than a quarter. And I'm going to take my scissors and cut off. That's going to be my trunk of my tree here. And then I have this thicker green one. It has a little map on it. And you want to use thicker ones for the trees because we're going to cut them down. So I'm going to take a bit like that. The smooth edge here where I cut previously is going to be the bottom of my tree. And then you're just going to cut up. I'm using some Westcott non-stick scissors, which might be a good idea to use a non-stick scissor since we are cutting tape. So I cut up to about the middle, and now I'm cutting back down to the corner. And I'm just going to put my tree on. Then I'm going to do another tree, so I'm going to cut another trunk. You can do thick trunks, thin trunks, whatever you want to do. You want to leave space for the tree beside it. And then this is a bit thinner tape. This is probably like 5/8 of an inch, and I want a shorter tree this time. So I'm going to cut up into my ripped area. That off my scissors. And then cut down. Put my tree on. So there, this one's a little wonky, but you know, not all trees are perfectly rectangular. So now I'm going to put my little house at the bottom. I have this really wide grid tape. I'm going to cut off a piece and then I'm going to cut it again for my little country house. This is too tall. However, if you had like a city house, you could make an apartment building out of this stuff. So I'm going to put that aside. And here I have my house, which is going to sit down here on my snow. Then I need a roof for my house. I have this blue tape that's a little thicker. I'm going to cut a piece this way. And then that's wider than my house, yes. And then I'm going to cut down into it. So I have my little roof here. Oops. It's hard to do this upside down. There you go, I got a roof. My house needs a door, so I have this little pink. It's going to have a pink door. I'm going to cut it once, and then because the other end had been torn, I'm just going to cut it again. So I have a smooth door. Like that. And then you could put windows. I can even use a small piece. I have this little pink. I keep getting tape all over my fingers. Okay, I'm going to cut a piece off there for making it smooth, and then I'm going to cut another little piece down a bit. And there I even have a chimney. That might be too big. I'm going to just cut it a little smaller for my chimney. And then you can get a black pen. You can just draw little curls of smoke coming out of your chimney. If you have some little snowflake stamps, you could stamp a couple little snowflakes, and then this is a great area to put your message. Then for these ends, I just turn it over and cut right on the edge. And there you have a little holiday scene for a holiday card. So I'm just going to show you one other one I made. Here I did just strips of tape and made a little Christmas tree. I find if you have the thinner tapes, it worked better, so you could get more. With the thicker tapes, it takes big steps to get all the way up, and you end up coming off your page. So if you have these thinner tapes in between, it just helps. But just by laying down strips of tape, you can make a Christmas tree. And that here will give you a few ways. You can use your washi tape for your Christmas cards. Well, that's it for today's episode. Be sure to check out my website at www.scraptime.ca. And on our next episode, we are playing with Luminart H2Os by Creative Imaginations. So please join us. Thanks for watching Scrap Time.